Hey, what's up, fam? Like I've been saying for the last week or so, that I have a new theory. Not really a new theory, kind of an updated theory on Touka and who we think Touka is, and the relevance of her in the story. So, first, let's go over what about her is relevant. What do we know about her? What have we been given so far in these 6 chapters? All right, first off, obviously she's in love with Natsu. She met him 1 year prior. Uh, she has this cat-like tail. Jalal's after her. Touka means winter, and she knows something about Briar. Also, she uses water magic. Something also I noticed that something that might be significant is her hair and her eyebrows are two different colors. Her hair is we don't know if it's white because obviously Lucy's blonde and she's drawn with this white line hair. It's just because there's no color, but her eyebrows and her hair are two different colors. Somewhat her tail is two different colors. Now, where I'm getting with this is where I think the solution comes from, and that being, uh, what do we know about? First off, the obvious one. What do we know about Jalal? Jalal was on the hunt for Zareth and Zareth related things back before the uh, fairy tale disbanded, back when he was doing stuff during the Tartarus arc, and I imagine he's still looking for remains of Zareth's effects and things that Zareth has left in this world, trying to get him down, and the fact that he's looking for, oh sorry, I have something in my throat and I was trying to get rid of it. Anyway, sorry. So the fact that Jalal is looking for her, as well as she knows about Briar, who is part of the Avatar cult, a cult that worshipped Zareth. I see there being some form of obvious tie-in to Zareth, but with the fact that Jalal's looking for her, I think that has to do something demonic-like. And that kind of goes over with some of the points I made in the last video I did. Obviously, Aetherius demons have their purpose and kind of this mindset engraved in their DNA. Potentially, this whole how much she's in love with Natsu might be part of it. Obviously, 1 year prior, the book for E.N.D. disappeared, and this was while Lucy was screwing around with it, trying to fix Natsu. She was affected by it somehow. All this went into her, and it got kind of like quelled by Gray, and then the book kind of disappeared. And you saw like we saw this kind of like shock moment with her right before the book kind of started to disappear and kind of like turn into energy or vanish or whatever it was doing. But a couple things I noticed about that is that the heat, the stuff going into her arm, it was noted to have to do with E.N.D's flames. The heat coming off of it, and how was it quelled? It was quelled by Gray's ice. Think about it. So it was affected by demon slaying magic. It was being kind of counteracted with it, and that was while Lucy was screwing around with the whole coding of the book itself, the thing that makes up everything about an Aetherius demon, their entire layout, their powers, their personalities, what they look like, male or female, their age, how big they are. And not only that, we know while it was going around, what else is there? Oh, she has a tail. Happy was there. Happy also, obviously as an Exceed, also has said tail. Now, what about as well as her tail to it? Her tail is two different colors. Now, what do we see about Gray? Gray having normally kind of this bluey white ice, and then he gets his demon slaying kind of curse on, and then it turns into this purple ice, as well as Happy has this white tip tail. He's like this light blue. Lucy's hair is this light blonde. Just looking over all the different light colors that her hair might be into an official color for Touka. Maybe that's part of the. Maybe once we see it, it'll give even more kind of heads up about her. But all these different things that could play into her hair color and her tail color, as well as the kind of dark like black that she has for her eyebrows and the stripes on her tail, that could be due to all these people, Lucy, Happy, and Gray, being there while the book was being rewritten. And I think that that could be part of what is altering her character, as well as you think about it. She says she uses ice magic. Now, heat being fucked with ice, heat and ice make water. as well as being affected by ice magic. Touka, winter, being altered potentially by the rerunning of the code, as well as Gray's demon slaying magic. Now think about this. This is where I'm going. This leading up is I don't think Touka is related to E&D. I think Touka is E&D, and the way we're gonna get to see the payoff of how powerful E&D was without it kind of like altering Natsu and turning Natsu somehow into a villain. I had kind of a theory a long time ago that they were going to get separated and E&D was going to be its own villain, and then that was going to be part of like a tri-pronged end game fight between against Zareth, Acnologia, and E&D. But obviously we got some stuff beaten around from that. But I don't think the book is gone, because the book obviously was related to Natsu's life. It disappearing wasn't really gone into. It was never really brought too much up, and I think it's now linked to Lucy, like the way that Lucy kind of took over. I think that she is now the one linked to the book. So similar to how when Zareth died, any of his Aetherius demons would have died. Lucy's life is now where Natsu's life is dependent on, or further connected, where Touka's life is on. And I think that part of Touka's whole love for Natsu is kind of Lucy's unconfessed feelings towards him, and like you could see like some of the efforts that she was going through, some of the emotions that she displayed during the Alvarez arc, the Albareth. I can't remember the official translation. I'm pretty sure it's Albareth. During the Albareth arc of how she was interacting with Natsu, like when he was that first like little bit of a demon like chunk was in his bloodstream and in his body, and she was getting very physical and close with him, as well as that how hard she was trying to fix him during with his book, and when she thought he was gone, just that reaction. And I think that's going to be not only displaying this powerful character, showing that E&D isn't done yet, as well as it could be a plot point to push Natsu and Lucy's relationship to eventually actually being a thing, instead of just constantly getting close to it, but never fully getting to it. Now, like I said, I think these things are all kind of pointing together towards it. We got her name means winter. She uses water magic, acted from heat being affected with ice. So you got this cattail who was present while they were screwing with the book. Happy and Exceed. He's got the cat-like tail. Jalal's after her. She knows about Briar. It all happened 1 year ago during the war. I mean, there's so much stuff. She didn't say like a year and a half ago. She said a year ago, and a year ago is when the Alvarez, or I keep saying Alvarez. Either way, the war was happening, and that's when the E&D book kind of vanished, and that's what we have to kind of work with right now. So that's what I'm going with right now. Is that Touka is not related to E&D. She's not just some random demon. She's not some cult follower. I think she is E&D. I think she is the power of E&D, this super demon, the greatest demon that Zareth ever created, remanifested, slightly altered by Lucy and influenced by Gray and Happy nearby while she was doing so. So tell me what you think about that in the comments below. I'd like to hear your opinions on my theory. Tell me if you have any differing theories, if you agree with what I have to say, if you disagree with what I have to say. Maybe check out my videos. I do mostly manga stuff, Fairy Tail, E.N.D, and Black Clover. If you're subscribed to my channel already, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you aren't subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe if you want to hear more chapter reviews and theories on stuff like Fairy Tail, E.N.D, Black Clover, anything also that you can get. I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you very much for listening. Bye.